안녕하세요. Hello, this is Jin-sam. This is the grammar for Unit 9. So Unit 9, we're going to study 3 grammar points. One is verb 주세요, which is asking someone to do something for you, very polite and nicer way. And another one, grammar point 2, is verb 고 있다, which is showing the action is happening right now, the present progressive. And the last one, grammar point 3, is NETO, and asking for agreement with the listener. All right, grammar point 1 is verb 주세요. So in unit 3, we learn 우세요. So asking someone to do something very in a polite way. So the meaning wise, this is exactly the same, but the difference is verb 주세요. It has much more nicer tone. Much more nicer tone, and it has a nuance of asking someone to someone for a favor, and also asking the other person to do something for you, not to anybody else. Okay, so just remember the differences between 으세요 and verb 주세요. So for conjugation, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so here, verb stem, if the verb stem's last vowel, just focus on the last vowel. If the last vowel is a or o, you add 주세요. 주세요. But if the last vowel is not a or not o, all the others is 주세요. So 주세요. So for example, 가다. So this is a base form, meaning is to go, base form. So 다 drop and stem 가, and you add. So stem ends with the vowel a, right? So in this case, you have to add 주세요. And now you see there is two same vowels. In this case, the second one simply drop. So it becomes 가주세요, which means please go. So for example, when you take a taxi and then ask them to go to the place where you need to be, then you can say name of place 가주세요. 호텔로 가주세요. Something like that. Okay. So here, so 바꾸다 means to change, to exchange. Okay, so 바꾸다, 다 drop, and the stem, and the stem is not a, is not o. So you have to add 주세요 instead of 주세요. It becomes 바꾸어 주세요. 바꾸어 주세요. When you say it faster, and it becomes 바꾸어 주세요. Please exchange this. Please change this. 바꿔 주세요. Next one, 가르치다, which means to teach. So 다, drop, 가르치. The verb stem, the last vowel of the stem is not a, not o. So you add 주세요. It becomes 가르치어 주세요. 가르치어 주세요. When you say faster, it becomes 가르쳐 주세요. Please teach me. And another one is the stem, the very special stem 하. In this case, you have to add 주세요. Not a, not all. Not a, not all 주세요. 주세요. Okay, so the example is 하다, which means to do. So 다 drop, 주세요 becomes 하여 주세요, but it becomes 해주세요. Okay, so if the whole process is a little too long for you, just simply remember whenever the verb ends with 하다 or with the noun 하다, this form always becomes 해주세요. Okay. Let's practice more conjugation. So the verb stems last vowel, or o, 주세요. So 가다, 보다, 오다, 사다. So 가다 and stems o, 아. So 가주세요, 가주세요. Drop it, 가주세요. Please go. Then 주세요, combine together. 봐주세요, please. Look at this. Please see this. And 주세요. Together. 와주세요. Please come. 주세요. The same vowel. Drop. 사주세요. Please buy me something. 사주세요. Okay. And here, if the last vowel of the stem is not not o, all the others, 주세요. So 열다, 만들다, 읽다, 쓰다. So when you take a look at the vowel of the last stem, is not or not o. So in this case, you have to add 주세요. So 주세요 together. 열어주세요. Please open this for me. So 열어주세요. This part, pronounce it like this. 만들어주세요. 주세요. 만들어주세요. Please make something for me. So pronunciation, 만들어주세요. Next one, 읽어주세요. 읽어주세요. Please read it for me. Okay. 읽어주세요. 쓰어주세요. 쓰어. When you say it faster, becomes 써주세요. Please write something for me. Okay. Here is the stem 하. And you remember 여주세요. So 하다, 준비하다, 말하다, 청소하다. So 하다, 하여주세요, 하여주세요. It become 해주세요. So remember this form. 하다 comes 해주세요. And 준비하여주세요, 준비해주세요. So 준비해주세요. Please be prepared. Or please prepare something. And 말하여주세요. 말해주세요. Please tell me. Please speak to me. Next one. 청소하여주세요. Becomes 청소해주세요. Please clean something. Please clean. Okay, so these are the examples that are used. The verb 주세요 in the sentence. So please teach me Korean. 한국어 가르쳐 주세요. 한국어 가르쳐 주세요. So this is base form. 가르치다. 케이크를 만들어 주세요. Please make me a cake for me. To make, 만들다. Here, 만들어 주세요. Please open the door. 문을 열어 주세요. Open. Verb. 열다. Please close the window. 창문을 닫아주세요. Close, 닫다. And please help me. 도와주세요. Help. The verb. 돕다. 도와주세요. Okay, so let's practice here. So 김밥을 사다. So buy 김밥. So 사다. 다 drop. 사. Since it ends, the stem ends with 주세요. Right? So remember, 주세요. 주세요. So if the stem ends O or all the others. 주세요. So 김밥을 사주세요. There are two same vowel, so it becomes 사주세요. So please buy me 김밥. Then you say 김밥을 김밥을 사주세요. 네, 영어를 가르치다. Teach English. So 가르치, 다 drop and stem, E. So you have to 가르치. Which one do you have to edit? That's correct. 지어주세요. 가르치어 주세요. Become 가르쳐 주세요. Please teach me English. And next one, 문을 열다. Open doors. So 열다, the drop 열. It's not a, it's not o. So you have to add 열. 주세요. So 열어 주세요. So please open the door for me. 문을 열어 주세요. And 빵을 만들다. So bread, make. Make a bread. Make bread. So 빵을 만들다. 다 drops and stem. 만들. It's not o. It's not a. So you add 주세요 to the stem. So it becomes 만들어 주세요. So please make me some bread. 빵을 만들어 주세요. Okay? Okay. So the second grammar point is verb 고 있어요. So this one is actually showing that the action is happening at the moment of speaking. Okay? Which means it expresses the progression or continuation of an action. So the conjugation is very simple. Regardless of how the verb stem ends, all you need to do is just add 고 있어요 to the verb stem. So for example, 자다, which means to sleep. So the base form 다 drop and the stem 자 and you add 고 있어요. It becomes 자고 있어요. Is sleeping. Someone is sleeping. Okay. And then 오다, which means to come. The same thing. 다 drop and the stem you add 고 있어요. It becomes 오고 있어요. So somebody is coming. Okay. So for example, here 지금 샤워하고 있어요. I'm taking a shower now. So taking a shower, 샤워하다. 샤워하다. To take a shower. 지금 샤워하고 있어요. I'm taking a shower now. 요즘 한국어 공부를 하고 있어요. 요즘, these days, Korean study, doing. So 공부를 하고 있어요. 공부를 하다, to study. I'm studying Korean these days. So here, 공부하다, to study. Then number 3, 친구 만나고 있어요. I am meeting a friend. So 친구, a friend, 만나고 있어요. I am meeting a friend. 만나다, to meet. Next one, 비빔밥 먹고 있어요. I'm eating 비빔밥. So 먹다 is from 먹다, 먹고 있어요. 먹다, to eat. And then last one, I'm watching a movie. I'm watching a movie. So 영화, which means movie, 보고 있어요. 보다, to see or to watch. I am watching a movie. So 고 있어요. You can use this grammar for something that is happening right now with the word 지금 하고 있어요. Or the action is not happening at the moment, but it's been going on for a while. So 요즘, these days, 한국어 공부를 하고 있어요. Okay? Alright, so let's practice the grammar. So 한국어 책을 읽다. Korean book, read. All you need to do is conjugate with the verb. 읽다. How can you conjugate? So 다, drop it, add, 고 있다. So I'm reading a Korean book. 한국어 책을 읽고 있어요. So this is a verb. This is the base form. 읽다, 고 있다. But when you're actually speaking, then you would use 고 있어요. Use the ending, 요 ending. Okay. Number 2, 영어를 가르치다. English, teach. So teach English. So I'm teaching English. 영어를 가르치다. drop 고 있어요. So I'm teaching English. 영어를 가르치고 있어요. And the next one, 그림을 그리다. 그리다 means to draw. Okay, so drawing pictures. 그림을 그리다. Draw pictures. So I'm drawing a picture right now. Then 다 drop 그리고 있어요. So it becomes 그리고 있어요. So I'm drawing a picture. 그림을 그리고 있어요. Last one. 음식을 주문하다. Ordering food. 음식, food. 주문하다 is the verb for to order something. To order. 주문하다. So 주문하. Remember this one 하, very special word. But this time the 고 있다 is the same. 주문하 stem 고 있어요. So 주문하고 있어요. So I'm ordering food right now. 음식을 주문하고 있어요. Great job. So the last grammar point is adjective and verb 지요. Or you can also use it with the noun as well. But be careful when you use with the noun, the conjugation will be different. But for the adjective and verb, it's all the same. All you need to do is add 지요 to the stem. So this meaning, it's in English that isn't it, or aren't, or don't, doesn't. So you assume that the listeners knows the same, knows what you know. So this grammar can be used first to confirm with the listener. Or second, so when you ask for agreement about something they already know. And then you can use 지요. So for example, 김치가 맵지요? So we all know. So I assume that speakers and listener both know that kimchi is spicy, right? So she's saying, oh, 김치가 맵지요? Kimchi is spicy, isn't it? So the speaker is actually asking for the listener's agreement about the fact that the kimchi is spicy. Another example, 학생이지요? So 학생, which means a student, right? 학생이지요? So you are students, aren't you? 학생이지요? So so the speaker wants to confirm with the listener that the listener is a 학생. Okay? So here with the adjective and the verb, the conjugation is very simple. All you need to do is add 지요 to the stem for both adjective and verb. Oh, adjective stem and then verb stem. So for adjectives, 싸다, too cheap, And then base form, dot drop to the stem, you add 지요. So it become 싸지요. It's cheap, isn't it? And 맛있다, delicious, right? So 맛있다, dot drop. And then 맛있지요, 맛있지요. It's tasty, isn't it? For with the verb, 공부하다, to study. So 하다, dot drop, 공부하, and then you add 지요, 공부하지요. You're studying, aren't you? Right? 듣다, which means to listen. The stem 듣, you add 지요 to the stem, 듣지요. You're listening something, right? Aren't you? But it can also be used with the noun, but noun, the conjugation is different, depends how the noun ends. So if the noun ends with the vowel, you add 지요. For example, 의사, which is doctor, 의사, the last, the stem of the word ends with vowel, right? 의사, then you add 지요 to the stem. So 의사지요, you're a doctor, aren't you? But if the noun ends with the consonant, then you add 이지요 instead of 지요. So 목요일, which means Thursday. So 목요일. So 목요일 ends with consonant and add 이지요. 목요일이지요. It's Thursday, isn't it? Right? So these are the examples. So this is Annie's house, isn't it? Annie 씨 집이지요. Here it's a noun, right? Ends with a consonant, 이지요. Annie 씨 집이지요. This is Annie's house, isn't it? And you study Korean, don't you? 한국어를 배우지요. 배우다, to learn or to study. Okay. 한국어를 배우지요. 네, 비빔밥 is tasty, isn't it? 비빔밥이 맛있지요. 맛있다, tasty or delicious. 맛있지요. Then you are American, right? So here, 미국 사람이지요. 미국 사람이지요. 이다. Like, this is like a be verb, though, to be. 미국 사람이지요. You're American, right? So let's practice. So if it's a noun, depends how noun ends. If noun ends vowel, 지요. If noun ends with consonant, you add 이지요. But if it's adjective or verb, it's the same, 지요. So 커피를 좋아해요. Like coffee. 커피를, oh, you like coffee, don't you? Right? And 커피를 좋아. This is adjective, right? Oh, sorry. This is verb. 좋아하다, to like. So 좋아. So when you conjugate, so think about the base form first. 좋아하다. Then 다 drop. And you add 지요. So it become 좋아하지요. So you like coffee, don't you? How do you say this? 커피를 좋아하지요. Okay. Next one. 요즘 한국어를 공부해요. 요즘, these days. Study Korean, learn Korean. Oh, you're studying Korean these days, aren't you? 공부해요. So think about it. Base form first. 공부하다. So 공부하지요. So becomes 공부하지요. So 요즘 한국어를 공부하지요. You're studying Korean these days, aren't you? 한국어를 공부하지요. And number 3. 내일은 토요일이에요. Tomorrow is Saturday. So 토요일이에요. 이지요. Tomorrow is Saturday, right? So how do you say this? 내일은 토요일이지요. Next one. 미사코는 의사예요. So 미사코 is a doctor. 미사코 is a doctor, right? 의사, the same thing. 이다, 이지요. So 이다 is a base form of 예요. And here, 이예요. We learn about this one. Depends how the noun ends, right? 이지요. So 미사코 is a doctor, right? How do we say this? 미사코는 의사이지요. That's right. Great job, everyone. So this is let's review the grammar. So we learned 3 grammar points. One is verb 여 주세요. Asking someone to do something for you or asking for a favor. So 문을 열어주세요. Please open the door for me. And then we also learn the present progressive, right? So action is happening right now, or action is happening for a few days or a certain period of time. So 영화 보고 있어요. I'm watching a movie. And the last grammar point that we learn is 지요, noun, 지요 or 이지요, and with the adjective and the verb 지요, asking for confirmation or asking for the listener's agreement with the fact that you already know, right? So 미국 사람이지요 with the noun. 미국 사람이지요, you're American, right? 이지요 because of the consonant of the noun. But for adjective, 맛있지요, tasty. 비빔밥이 맛있지요. With this one, you simply add 지요. Okay, so that was all the grammar for Unit 9. Thank you, everyone. 감사합니다.